Before we get into your spread today, allow me to vaguely provide you with some background information as to what it means when a planet is retrograde. Generally speaking, when a planet is retrograde, it means that the planet is orbiting much slower than usual and, from our perspective, appears to be traveling backwards. The best example that can further explain this is, say for instance you are traveling on the freeway. Your car and the vehicle in the lane beside you are traveling at the exact same speed. Then you decide to slightly increase your speed. It will then appear to you as though the vehicle next to you was moving backwards. The vehicle is not actually moving backwards, it simply appears that it is from your current perspective. So, in essence, Pluto is basically orbiting at a much slower speed or pace than usual. So, Pluto retrograde in general entails that we may have difficulty transforming our lives due to fear of letting go. You will probably have difficulty expressing your personal power and influence. A fear of being controlled or of taking control can stem from past life and or childhood experiences involving abuse of power or being overly controlled. The severity as to how this will affect you will be shown through aspects to your Pluto in your natal chart. Regardless if your natal Pluto is retrograde or not, you will experience some of Pluto's energy. Your particular experience may not be felt as strongly as others. But this particular Pluto retrograde in April of 2017 starts on April 20th, 19 degrees in Capricorn, and ends on September 28th, 16 degrees in Capricorn, which brings opportunities for progress, but a number of big obstacles will have to be overcome to get there. An internal investigation is needed to root out a barrier to progress and eliminate it. Jupiter, also retrograde, adds one more degree of difficulty. Some destructive energy is hindering a necessary Plutonic transformation. This particular involvement of Jupiter suggests that this problem relates to greed, excess, faith, or ideology. What makes this particular Pluto retrograde much different is that Pluto will be aspected by Jupiter, which is also currently retrograde, by what is known as a square. An astrological square differs from an opposition, inasmuch as an opposition entails that two planets are not in harmony with each other, while a square entails tension. Given Jupiter square Pluto makes you want to succeed, and succeed big time. Success, power, and influence are all possible, but without some care, there could be ruthless determination, greed, corruption, obsessive and compulsive behavior, excessive pride, and overestimating resources. These are some of the themes that this Pluto retrograde could manifest within social groups and or social situations. On a lighter note, Jupiter retrograde in itself can promise achieve growth and happiness in a particular area of life that is important to you now. Whatever your hopes for the future may be, this year's Jupiter retrograde is an opportunity to make great leaps and bounds toward living out your dreams. However, with Jupiter retrograde square Pluto retrograde, if your goals are unrealistic, deceitful, or greedy, then disappointment and loss will more than likely follow. Okay guys, with that background information, let's go and get started on your spread. What's up Libra? Here's your reading for the Pluto retrograde spread. I already pre-shuffled the cards, so let's go ahead and get started. Guardian angels of love and light, ancestors lost and known in the seas of time, please intercede into this reading to provide Libra with the direction and clarity as to which he or she seeks, and please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to read the cards and relay the messages as they are meant to be. Let Spirit release the first card for Libra for permeation. The Magician in reverse. So Libra, when I'm recording this, Venus is almost over being retrograde. I'm pretty sure you're proud about that. Spirit, please release the second card for Libra for proposal. Proposal for Libra for the Pluto retrograde. The Four of Wands. I'm going to release the third card for Libra for propriety, please. Libra, you're not talking to anyone or to people because nothing wants to pop out. Just when I said it. Let's go ahead and take the Four of Cups. And I'm going to take this one too. It popped out. The Emperor for your fifth position of purgation. I'm sorry, the fourth position for perception. I apologize. Libra, are you dealing with an Aries? Could be, but remember Aries is your opposite sign, or in terms of the zodiac. So yeah, let's see what other cards you get. Spirit, please release the fifth card for Libra for purgation, please. The Nine of Swords in reverse. Spirit, release the sixth card for Libra for pursuance. The Tower in reverse. And I'm going to go ahead and take this one too. It wanted to pop out. The Hierophant in for your seventh position of purpose. Maybe you could be dealing with the Taurus as well, possibly. Okay, Libra, so for your the position of the messages attempting to reach your intuition. Libra, I'm kind of picking up on knowing kind of how or when to decide when to move forward with certain plans. Make sure to make that decision and move forward with it. And also working, in a sense, behind the scenes as well. Because when you work behind the scenes, there's some negativity to it and there's also some positivity to it. For this particular spread, I want to look at maybe the positive more than the negative. The Magician is someone who works behind the scenes. And what they do is they manifest their dreams and their hopes. And they move forward with them. And they don't vacillate. And they don't wait on anything to really happen because they're doing it themselves. But Libra, I'm starting to kind of pick up on as well the things that you are planning and the things that you are doing. Are they for just yourself? Or is it for maybe the better of other people as well, or maybe certain people involved within the situation? The reason why I'm kind of saying that, or I'm picking up on that, is because your two major arcanas here are in reverse. The Emperor, which could be Aries, which is Aries, the Emperor card, but and also the Hierophant, which is Taurus as well. Just go ahead and relate it to your situation, but that's the only reason why I'm saying, is it for the better of other people as well, or is it just for yourself? Because yes, we need to do things for ourselves, and it is important to pave our way, but what we do for ourselves dies with us, but what we do for other people remains as our legacy. And Libra, you're all about diplomacy, and you're all about doing what's best for everyone. Sometimes we do need to do, like I say, what's best for us, but we also have to take other people into consideration that are involved closely with us, or that we know we will directly or adversely affect. So for your second position, for proposal, you guys got the Four of Wands for the areas in your life that you need to reflect on. Having celebration, Libra, for some of the things that you have done, which were great. But like I said in the beginning about the two major arcanas being in reverse, I'm kind of starting to get the feeling, are you celebrating the right things? Or the things that you do celebrate, do they really serve you, or is it maybe a celebration for just the moment? What kind of celebration is it maybe? Celebration for just your success? Because we should and do celebrate our successes and in terms of paving our way. But when you do that, did you get there yourself? Or did other people help you get there? Were they involved in it? I mean, obviously positively involved, that because I want to say that they probably were, since you are celebrating it. But we also have to take other people into consideration as well for the celebration that we do have. For your third position, the hidden truths that command your honesty. Libra, this card in this position here, we always want to appreciate the small things, the things that are there versus what's not there. And the things that you are maybe celebrating, are they things of substance in terms of the smaller things, or is it just the larger things? Because the smaller things amount to the larger picture. Are you celebrating maybe just the trees for the forest, or the forest for just the trees? Is some of the celebration that has to do with maybe greed or a lack thereof? Really, what's the celebration, and how is it actually going for you? There may be success, but is it really success in the long run, or is it momentarily success? Or momentary success, I'm sorry. We end up maybe discontent from this type of success. Because why in your intuition do you have the Magician in reverse? In terms of not going with the plan or the start of something, but you're celebrating that maybe period? How do we celebrate something that doesn't come into fruition, or that we don't have direction of? And why are you being asked in your honesty, things that command, the hidden truths that command your honesty, is discontent and greed in a sense? For your fourth position, for perception, the dark sides of your personality being highlighted. Are you maybe taking on the sign, or maybe the qualities of a fire sign? Or you may have fire in your chart. That could be it too. Also maybe Taurus in your chart. But the Emperor stands for someone who is the father of protected stability. But since it's in reverse, is there really stability? Your perception and how you see things, Libra, is it giving you or preventing stability? I'm kind of getting the feeling, Libra, that maybe not. Since we have the Four of Cups here and the Magician in reverse. You have four major arcana here, Libra. And they're all in reverse. Which, depending upon the position, could be good or bad. So let's go ahead and let me finish it all, and then we'll go ahead and assess that. So for your fifth position for purgation, you have the Ten of Swords, Libra. Are you doing certain things that's maybe leading to your demise? Why do you have moments of despair and worry and self-battles? Maybe because the stability isn't, or the proper stability isn't there? So why are we celebrating? Why is it, Libra, that you have the Nine of Swords right above the Four of Cups? And then you have the Emperor in reverse above the Magician in reverse. Is your intuition trying to tell you that the goals that you're setting are not really working out due to the dark sides of your personality? Trying to take on maybe the essence of a fire sign, but in a negative sense, procuring things? And why are the hidden truths that command your honesty right above ridding the negativity? Is maybe some of the things that you're doing in terms of that are not honest preventing you from ridding the negativity? Because the things that you're doing that are not honest actually inciting or causing you to not rid yourself of the negativity because you have self-battles going on. Why are you battling yourself, Libra? Maybe some guilt I'm picking up on? The guilt of maybe celebrating for other people that are around you, maybe for the success of them in a sense, or maybe how they helped you, like a false sense of celebration, which is very strange for me to say given that the Four of Wands is upright. It's a favorable card. Is it a false sense of celebration, though? How are you celebrating, but yet you're battling yourself? For your sixth position, you have pursuance. So the transitions and adjustments ahead. You have the Tower card in reverse. So you are coming out of a period maybe of, no, I'm going to renege that. I'm going to rescind that. Are you not making certain decisions and choices, maybe in terms of that are proper, that's preventing change from happening, but positive change? Since the Tower is above, or the Tower in reverse, which, Tower normally is an abrupt change, not necessarily saying that it can be a good or a bad one, but when it's in reverse, it means either maybe some sort of stagnation or change not really happening at all, which can serve its purposes. But this Pluto retrograde, it has to do with transformation. But why is there no transformation possibly? Is it because the way in which you're doing things or how you're going about things isn't preventing a positive change from happening? So it's almost a stagnation or a stagnant period of negativity? For your seventh position, you have purpose, or that is the seventh position, the destination that awaits this retrograde. Libra, you have to seek the wisdom and the knowledge and the truth, because that's the only way that you won't have the demise in your life, and you actually be celebrating the things that are supposed to be celebrated, which is success and prosperity and growth and harmony and bliss and positive reapings of your journeys. I'm picking up on a false sense of celebration really, really prevalently within this reading. And I'm also picking up on, are we celebrating because we want to put a facade on for other people that are involved? Is that why maybe the dark sides of your personality that are being highlighted is the Emperor in reverse? But you really do have to seek the knowledge, Libra. Because without the knowledge, how are you ever going to learn certain lessons that are in life, that are valuable to life? And since Saturn's retrograde right now too, and is going to continue to be retrograde, I'm not sure to say throughout Pluto retrograde, but I know they're going to be at the same time. Relatively, one may end before the other. But Saturn has a funny way of teaching us on the things that we need to learn and the things that we need to do, for it's the only way that it actually serves us. I want to say, Libra, that it starts with appreciating the small things, Libra, because those things command your honesty. Because I don't think that that's kind of what's going on. Because what if those small things weren't there? Would you be able to have the false sense of celebration that you're having if the small things weren't there? Would you have the resources to actually do that? I just had to look underneath the deck, Libra, but the Ten of Cups in reverse. This is not having the reciprocity within your relationships. Also followed by the Mother of Swords. This is an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, possibly. Possibly a woman, but it can be any sign really for that matter. Just stating what it could stand for. But this is someone who's critical. And this is also someone who people appreciate her or appreciates her honesty. And she's perceptive. But she's someone who goes through tough times. That's why people do appreciate her honesty. But the tough times do call for desperate measures. But not when, let me put this card down for you guys. But not when you have the self battles. Libra, why is this card underneath the Mother of Swords? The Moon in reverse reveals there are secrets involved, Libra. Where are the secrets? Maybe here? Because, Libra, we end up leaving people feel like this. Have people in their feelings because of our lack of honesty, maybe sometimes in certain situations. This is someone who's not insightful, they're not gentle, and they can't heal, and they're not kind. Is this maybe how you feel afterwards? Libra. Libra. I just have to just pause for a second. Came up in your own reading, Libra. So what's fair? I'm not trying to beat you up, Libra. I'm just trying to have you realize certain things, or this Pluto retrograde is going to have you really realize, Libra, what really is fair. Because you don't have the wisdom right now, or you need to seek the wisdom. You have self battles. You're taking on the properties or the essence of a fire sign, but in a negative sense, and you don't really have you're not forging a direction and making a decision, and not manifesting things behind the scenes that are positive, or from what I see from this spread. We're going to have to be more honest, Libra. All right, Libra, so let's work on those things. Because Pluto retrograde is going to be crazy. All right, Libra, I hope you liked your, I hate to say like, but I hope you, let's say, appreciate it. Your spread for the Pluto retrograde. Air signs, specifically Sun air signs. This message is not intended to berate you, nor to divest your character. This message is merely intended to be utilized as spiritual guidance and constructive criticism. There comes a time when we must see the error of our ways. Given, there is also a time when we must experience and feel such errors in a profound and visceral manner. My fellow swords, I can see and feel such demise on the forefront for you as a collective. I am not going to go into specifics in terms of what air sign deserves more or less scrutiny, for such judgment is as voracious as stating, picking the lesser of two evils. Now, I am not referring to any of my fellow air signs as evil, for we all have our own closets of hollow bones. I feel the culmination of a karmic cycle commencing quite soon for the air sun signs. I feel as though it is time for you to be on the receiving end of the spectrum. Now, however the universe chooses to delegate such karmic lessons is out of anyone's hands or control. If one has been benign and diplomatic by nature, then this message should not have any worry or worth upon your conscience. I myself am not malevolent by any means, but this is what Spirit has revealed to me. I really do hope that I am wrong. I yearn to be wrong, and would rejoice to in fact be. By me stating such of a claim, it's inciting that I hope Spirit is wrong as well. For there is error in human relations and perceptions, and I may in fact be perceiving or interpreting such information wrong. If wrong, I will not be upset at myself, for we never lose, we either win or learn. If right, I cannot be upset as to the manner in which the universe decides to carry out its plan. I'm sorry if I have upset anyone and for the vagueness of this message, but I simply feel compelled to deliver it. As always, intuitive perception sends nothing but love and light to everyone.